Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Royal basbos in the palace allegedly between Olori Mariam, the Ooni of Ife, and Dr. Elizabeth, as Ooni rescheduled an appointment that was meant for Mariam in Bayelsa State and gave it to Olori Elizabeth to go to. Now, I have told you in this channel that allegedly Dr. Elizabeth is so scared of height. Like, she's got a very huge phobia for height. And so that is why you see she does not travel often. She's always at home. So they said that, I told you every year they have schedules, and this schedule is being prepared by Dr. Elizabeth. So Mariam was scheduled to go to Bayelsa State for Jonathan's mother's burial, or some burial in Bayelsa State, to represent the Ooni of Ife there as the most senior wife amongst the six. Okay, so Mariam was supposed to go and represent the Ooni of Ife there. Now, from before this schedule has been posted, like over 6 months. When they did this year schedule for the year, they rescheduled it. So it was Olori Naomi that was supposed to go to Bayelsa, as in Oni now changed it for Naomi to go, but Naomi could not go. She said she was not prepared for that trip, going by all the things that are happening to her. So Dr. Elizabeth should go. And Dr. Elizabeth had to go because of Olori Naomi. They say when Dr. Elizabeth went for that event, Mariam almost brought down the palace. She was very upset that event was meant for her, because what happened was that they say she rescheduled Mariam to attend an NGO function right around Akure there. And so she took over that event and she went for that event. They say Mariam was so angry. Mariam said it is see finish. Mariam said it is condescending. Mariam said it's disrespectful. Mariam said that they have decided to corner her and keep her one side, that she would never ever let them, that she swore brimstone and thunder that thing they are trying to put her through, that place they want to put her to, that place they want to push her to, that corridor they want to push her to, that is never ever going to happen except she is not alive, that nobody who has the capacity to do that to her, and she would never allow anybody do that to her. He said, Mariam said that Dr. Elizabeth is the architect of all the problems in the palace, that they were having at least some level of peace until Dr. Elizabeth came in. And when Dr. Elizabeth came in, because she wanted to buy Ooni of Ife's favor, she decided to drag Ooni into bringing Naomi, as in Tadenikawo, and to see where everything has landed them. But you know that sometimes when you try to do some things and you think you're very smart, you might end up shooting yourself in the leg. You know what happened with Dr. Elizabeth. I'm going to, take you back into that history lane of what had happened. But before we go on, I'd like to tell you that I appreciate you so much. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Daylight. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source. It's still on the Royals. Daylight, I appreciate you guys. I love you. You're yet to subscribe. Kindly go ahead, hit that subscribe button. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell. I appreciate you so much. Report reaching us right now is that, there is a serious battle going on between Olori Mariam and Olori Dr. Elizabeth and the Ooni of Ife over her trip to Bayelsa. That trip was meant to be Mariam's trip. They had to turn the trip, put Mariam in an NGO visitation around Akure, around Ile-Ife, and for Dr. Elizabeth to go and attend that event in Bayelsa State, and Mariam is not finding it funny. But yes, I told you I was going to take you back to history lane. You know what happened? Allegedly, we heard that, when Ooni was marrying all of these women, they had already gone to pay bride price for Olori Elizabeth. Olori Elizabeth was the second woman that her bride price was paid. Even though a lot of people do not, a lot of people still say she is the last woman that came into the palace. No, she was the second wife of the Ooni of Ife, as in the second woman that the Ooni of Ife married, okay? Before Ashley, Toby, and the rest of them. It was Dr. Elizabeth. So what happened was that After the marriage, they say Dr. Elizabeth started developing cold feet and decided to retrace her step. That was what happened. And that was why that long stretch after marriage, nobody heard of Dr. Elizabeth. Like, she went incommunicado, she was out of the radar. And when she now said she was not going to go on with the marriage, and Ooni of Ife laid low, okay? They said it was Mariam, knowing that after Oni married them, Oni had already started regretting, and Oni started going back to Queen Naomi, and they were trying to settle. If you were following the trend, Oni of Ife's father was trying to bring Queen Naomi back into the palace, that building that was prepared for the Oloris that got burnt and all of that. So when they now saw that Oni of Ife's father was trying to bring Queen Naomi into the palace, and Oni of Ife was busy begging Queen Naomi, they said it was Mariam who took it upon herself to go talk to Dr. Elizabeth and kind of beg Dr. Elizabeth to come to the palace, did everything, convinced Dr. Elizabeth, wanted Dr. Elizabeth to come in at all costs. They said the reason why Mariam took this upon herself to ensure that Dr. Elizabeth came into the palace was because Mariam knew at that time that one more mistake from the Ooni of Ife, Queen Naomi was going to turn her back completely. And that was what she wanted to achieve at the time, and she achieved it because the moment Dr. Elizabeth agreed to follow through with the marriage, placed her demand that they must do photo shoot, her marriage must be done properly. She's not going to be doing that their group of marriage, that everything was done on the same day. That she would do her marriage. She has never been married before. And because she has never been married before, she wanted celebration. She wanted real marriage celebration, including photo shoots and all of that. Yeah, she wanted all of those. So, and with all that was said, Oni went ahead and did everything and brought Dr. Elizabeth in. And when Dr. Elizabeth came in, Naomi got completely angry. Even though Oni explained to Naomi, look, I had already paid the bride price of this woman, and let her come in, but I'm not going to get married again, and all of that. Naomi got angry. She turned her back. She refused to come. She said she was never going to come back in the palace. As a matter of fact, she granted an interview that she's been very evasive. Like, she was not um, um she wasn't really interested in interview, all this interview thing she was not doing. But when this event happened, Nami agreed and she granted an interview. And on that interview, she said that she was never going to be a peg trying to fit into a round hole, that she was not coming to the palace with all of those powerful women. That does she look like somebody that can withstand those women? She granted that interview to show that she was not interested in coming back to the palace. And everything Mariam wanted to achieve, Mariam achieved everything. But right now, you see how things can go. Mariam did this to because of Queen Naomi. But this girl came in and weighed the situation, evaluated the situation, and decided that she was going to stand for her husband, Ooni of Ife, and Queen Naomi, which is exactly what she has been doing. But because she has been standing for Queen Naomi and the Ooni of Ife and Tadenikawo, other wives do not like her at all. And that is why every little thing they get really, really pissed off. Right now, this event was meant to be Mariam's event, according to how Oni say he has the right to change what event and put anybody. And right now, Dr. Elizabeth went to go and attend that event in Bayelsa State. They said the basbos that is in the palace is not too smart, over Jonathan's mother's burial or whatever they did in Bayelsa State that Dr. Elizabeth went for. The same Mariam wanted to just finish herself over it. This is their own level of jealousy. I've never seen anything like this. Everything is a problem. Everything is a problem. If you were not prepared to be a polygamist, why did you go to marry a man that is married that marries so many wives? I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.